Well, several U.S. media outlets reported that Washington had received advance notice of Israel strikes, but had not endorsed the operation or played any part in its execution. Joining us on the set, our chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons. Hello to you. Rob, if you look at the video coming out of Isfahan this morning, it looks like life has returned to normal. So these strikes, which appear to be in retaliation from last week's attack by Iran, these attacks on Iran seem limited in size and scale.
Yeah, they're certainly very limited. That's why Iris was just referring then to a statement by one of the hard-right members of the Israeli cabinet, Itamar Ben-Gvir, National Security Minister, who described it as being feeble or lame. This is a man who's been calling for Israel to go berserk, effectively, in response to that attack a few days ago. So he's clearly disappointed. It's difficult really to grasp what it is Israel was trying to achieve by this. There's been a lot of huffing and puffing from the Israelis over the last few days about the fact that they had to respond, they were going to respond, how they treated their defense was their concern and their concern alone in response to pressure from the United States and other Western allies. And yet at the end, this is what we get. It's at very most a very limited strike. We don't know for sure whether they hit their targets or what their targets were, although the area around Isfahan seems to have been the main one. Also the reports of air defense opening up against drones in the area around Tabriz in the northwest of Iran as well, according to Iranian officials. But I suppose from the question now is from the Iranian perspective, what do they do next?
Yeah, but when you look at that, we talked about the huffing and puffing of Israel. Iran also in a similar situation here.
Yeah, just a few days ago, we had President Raisi of Iran saying that even the tiniest response by the Israelis to that Iranian attack on Israel, over 300 missiles, drones, cruise missiles, colossal attack, which ultimately failed to really do very much damage, but nevertheless, a serious attempt to do damage. Even the tiniest response to that, they said, would lead to a very heavy response from Iran. So let's wait and see what comes next. The feeling that's coming out at the moment is Iran doesn't want to over-respond to this. They've seen that the Israelis are playing it pretty low-key themselves. Although the fact that Israel has managed to penetrate, if indeed that's what they've done, so deep into Iran, striking in Isfahan, right in the center of Iran, where there are so many defense establishments, including that airbase that Idris was referring to not very long ago, where many of the aircraft, F-14s, U.S. aircraft, pre-1979 vintage, still used by the Iranian Air Force. But also there are military factories as well. The fact that they could get that close is a bit of a warning to the Iranians as well. So they ought to be concerned if indeed that is what has happened.
It feels like each side wants de-escalation, but neither side wants to make the first step.
There's been a lot of talk about the war coming out of the shadows, a shadow war between Iran and Israel. Is that what it amounts to? Maybe they're going back to the shadows.
All right. Thank you very much, Rob. Rob Parsons, our chief foreign editor.